welcome back to Rant Snack, where life is too short to be serious. Folks, there's not a lot of companies that I have a pleasure disliking of. Not a lot. But Ben & Jerry's, you're one of them. We'll save the rant for after I do this review, just because I'm sure if you're watching, you don't give a damn about a rant. But you can probably guess why I don't like Ben & Jerry's, especially if you stereotype me off of my channel name. Cool. Just take a shot at me, why don't you? People do it all the time. But anyways, that's aside from the point. Finally got my hands on a scoop of Ben & Jerry's chocolate chip mint chocolate chance, something like that. Mint I'm just screwing it up, but it's mint chocolate chance, I think is what it's called. So honestly, it's just a mint flavored ice cream base with bunch pieces. And so instead of having to go out and buy a whole pint now, I just got it from the local Ben & Jerry's. Well, we had a whole bunch in Virginia Beach. So the reason I drove out all this way, I was A, looking for a bunch of snacks. That was pretty successful. And B, I'm trying to get my hands on these pints. And still unsuccessful so far. So that's part of my rant. But, you know, it clicked. I was in Charlottesville once, and they were selling pints. And they had, I know they had the Colin Kaepernick pint in a freezer. And they have a little freezer, and they had the Colin Kaepernick one. Like, wow. After all this time I spent not being able to find this stuff, and I finally found it. It clicked. Okay, let's go to Virginia Beach. Well, I've been to one, and I think there might be one other that's open right now, and unsuccessful. Just had normal Ben & Jerry's flavor, so that kind of pissed me off. But they had this, they have the new dirt cake and the new chocolate milk and cookies, but the problem with that for me is it's topped. So the issue isn't that it's topped. I want to try it topped. But when you go in here and get the scoop, it's less likely that you're going to get that ganache that comes with it. So that's kind of like, okay, you know, I gotta find the pint for that. But they didn't have it. They just had scoops. What makes me think the other two new flavors I've been seeing, some California accounts post, if you've seen that. I can't really remember exactly what they were. What makes me think those are regional is they didn't have them in this shop. And then the chain was connected to Albertson, which is a chain that tends to have more exclusive items. So I know I'm getting distracted from doing what I said I was going to do, and that was review this. But I just wanted to kind of talk about what Ben & Jerry's has got going on. They also have new, frozen pieces, like cookie dough pieces with other things in it. They didn't have that either, not in their freezer. So I'm going to go look at one more Ben & Jerry's, cross my fingers, you know. But Kroger's usually the best at getting those first, and then Target might, and then Walmart's farthest behind. But yeah, we're in the dead of winter. Well, not really. We're at the end of winter. And we got mint chocolate chance. So yeah, I've already had ice cream today. I went to Baskin Robbins and had a delightful experience with their secret admirer. But yeah, let's try this. And then if I don't forget to rant, I'll rant. Again, it's a mint ice cream base with fudge brownie pieces. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. One thing I just noticed, and I don't know why I haven't noticed this a few other times I've, gone to a Ben & Jerry's shop. Ben & Jerry's ice cream is much better in shop. So if you're going to support them for whatever reason, it's as if they made it in shop. Just the texture reminds me of homemade, delicious ice cream. Which Ben & Jerry's is already good. But this is so much better. I can't even, it's just creamier. So if you have a Ben & Jerry's shop, yes, you're pretty much paying what you pay for a small pint. But you're getting a better experience, without a doubt. I mean, we all know that these loaded ice creams that they make, it's already really, really good. But this is a whole nother level experience. See, it's kind of like, I don't want to remember my rant because of how good this is. See, I don't support them because of my political beliefs. Nor do my political beliefs, make me want to avoid them. Makes me cringe at them, sure. But what makes me want to avoid them is the fact I had to go all the way to Virginia Beach to try this ice cream. Which I don't regret now because it's delicious. That's a 10 out of 10. Just a smooth, creamy texture. The really nice, sugary, minty flavor. And then the decadent fudge pieces just make that perfect. My goodness. It's going to be hard to stop me from eating this whole thing. I mean, it's like they had the cows out front and then they just milked them and just made this ice cream today. I'm telling you, folks. And I thought the Baskin Robbins I had today was good. Whole nother thing here. So, on to my mini rant that I'm less intrigued to go on about. I just feel like they hate our area. Like, you'll see them on the boardwalk at Virginia Beach. But other than those locations they've got there, they have nothing here. Nothing. Not a daggone shop. From Virginia Beach to, I think, Charlottesville. They may have some Richmond locations, but they have nothing. Red flag number one. So they're just trying to get the tourist money. They don't care about the locals because most of these locations are temporarily closed. Just keep that in mind. So that's something I realized today. Then, when did Chance's ice cream come out? Like November, December? Guess what, folks? It is almost March, and we still haven't seen it. It took me probably 6 months to find the Kaepernick ice cream. I still don't see it many places at all these days. It's hard to find. The other one that they released, the World Peace, I don't remember what it is. That took a while to release. It really infuriates me how long it takes for Ben & Jerry's to show up on the store shelves, the new products. The only times I haven't had issues is the cookie dough bites, which have shown up at Kroger pretty easily. We'll see with the newest ones. We got 2 new ones, so we'll see if those show up pretty quickly. But everything else, no. It's like Ben & Jerry's hates this area. Hates it. Because, well, you gotta think about, there is a good lot of progressive people here. And that's who they cater to. But there are a lot of rednecks and a lot of country folk. You got Suffolk, Virginia. You got Southampton. You got the southern side of Chesapeake. You got, the outskirts of Virginia Beach. Norfolk, I would say, pretty not a lot of country people. Portsmouth I would say has a good amount. And then you got the edges past, Hampton and, Newport News. Past there, you got a lot of country folk. So it's like Ben & Jerry just wants to cater to these bigger cities, these, more politically in line with them folks, so that they can get their little messages out. Oh, wow. Eat our ice cream and follow our train, our political train. It just infuriates me that when there's an area that it's harder for them to convince of their agenda, they just cast them out and say, you'll get our new ice cream at some point. But yeah, I don't know, just how they post their agenda. It's just annoying. It's very annoying. And then, you know, they act like a progressive company, but you know their roots. They're from Vermont. They're not really all that progressive. There's some deep, dark secrets to them. So they'll claim and say all this, but where does the majority of their money go? It's to some rich white man that founded the company. That's just the truth, folks. So, you know, it just pisses me off seeing them act like they're high and mighty and progressive and want to cast out people because they don't align with their agenda. But anyways, that was my rant. Aside from that, I'm not going to stop eating their ice cream just because I disagree with them. You know, I'm not going to stop being friends with someone because I disagree with them. We can agree on things and disagree on things. If you're a cool person, we're going to be friends. So, I don't know. Ben and Jerry's, just get your act together. We can be friends. And I'll eat your ice cream. I'll even just put it out there, advertise it, everything. If you send me free ice cream, I'd love that. But that's never going to happen. Because I know you. I know your roots. You'd really have to step it up and really show that you're the humble one here if you're going to give me free ice cream. Because we know that ain't happening. I know a lot of companies are never going to send me free stuff like these other accounts because of my name. Just because of the stereotype. So it is what it is. I mean, I have fun doing this. I have fun talking. I have fun being honest. You know, it's easier to be honest if you don't get free stuff, you know? If you're putting your money into this, you're going to get the honest opinion. So a lot of these people will be like, oh, thank you. This is so amazing. This food is amazing. I love the accounts that get it and they don't say what they think. They're saying, oh, look out for this. It's coming out. They don't say what they think sometimes because, you know, it's not good. Some food is not good. But Ben and Jerry's, I never have a problem with it. You know, it's always good. So that's a really good plus side for Ben and Jerry's. Even though they piss me off, at least they have a good product. Because you could piss me off and have a bad product. You know, but no, they have a good product. So again, regardless of where you are on the political fence, it's good. So go try this out. If you have a shop, I definitely recommend you just, even if it's not this flavor, I recommend any flavor. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. I'm going to run to the other Ben and Jerry's and fingers crossed, maybe we'll get the other flavors. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely get the other flavors here if it wasn't so pricey and if it wasn't topped off with a ganache. But I think just having it in store is going to mess that up. So anyways, that's my review and my rant. And please tune in later because we're not going to have I don't do a lot of Ben and Jerry's shop reviews. So it's really cool to do this. But maybe you'll get something in the future when they release something else new. Just so I can know when I do find the pint what to post. Anyways, I'm going to go off and no, not in an angry way. I mean, just go off on a journey and I will see y'all around. Yay!